waters of Pacific Ocean, and language Putongua, and tropical foods, eggplants and vegetables in sweet and sour sauce, China's skewers, and China's noodle soup, mapo tofu and pork in sweet and sour sauce, xiaolongbao dumplings, and Peking duck. And best place to visit in China is Great Wall of China and Army Museum Terracotta, Thousand Island Lake, and religion is Taoism. Culture of China, many of mankind's are rooted in Chinese civilization. China became the birthplace of gunpowder and paper. It is from here that the Great Silk Road originates, which was a kind of connecting bridge between the East and the West. And the Great Silk Road played a huge role in the formation of the culture of China, since Buddhism and one of the main religions of China's civilization came to celestial emperors through it. And the economy of the People's Republic of China is the second largest economy in the world in terms of GDP, the first in terms of GDP at purchasing power parity. Weather in China, it is dominated by an equatorial, tropic, subtropical and temperature climate. A feature of China's climate, it is monsoon characterized in winter winds from the north travel in summer from the south, a sharp change of seasons its characteristics. The rainy seasons usually occurs during the hottest part of the year, and president is China this Xi Jinping, and
so why China is one of the most powerful countries? Why? But why? What do you think, students? You already told, because they have the second biggest economy. Yes, you already told. Yes, in the world. Yes, everything comes from China.
Yeah,
yes?
We can have an example right now. Okay, from where does this pen come?
China.
Your phone, from which country
China.
your phone comes? Okay, so
China.
the computer, the projector, like everything, yeah? Even the LED lamps are from China, yeah? So
Because it's cheaper, but they have a really big economy. Okay, good. Thank
Very
you.
good.
Спасибо.
Today we talk about Russia country, and we first say of weather. What is the weather like in Russia? Most of the country has a continental climate with long, cold winters and brief summers. There is a wide range of summer and winter temperatures and relatively low perspectives. January temperatures are in the range of 6 temperature or 45 on the southern shore of the Black Sea. And culture and religion.
More than half follow the Russian Orthodox Church, according to the Ministry of Foreign Affairs of the Russian Federation. Islam is the second largest religion. About 10% of 15% of Russians practice Islam, according to the CEA World Facebook.
And the location of Russia is situated in the little part in Europe and big parts in Asia. And the place to visit, it's Sochi, it's Lake Baikal in Russia, it's Moscow city, and other beautiful places in Russia. Tourists can travel by in this place. It's very beautiful place.
Have you been in Russia?
Yes,
Yes. Okay.
last year.
Yes. Okay. Все? Нет, да?
No, economic Russia. Yes, Russia is very civilization country. It's the second world power country, or first or second? Okay, first.
But you choose, yes?
usually eat or kasha or sausage with cutlets. Steak.
And the Russian most popular pupil is a borscht.
Most popular plate.
And president in Russia, it's Vladimir Vladimirovich Putin.
She's president. He is president more 20 years in Russia.
Really?
Yes. And the Russian president is sportsman.
Okay.
It's go to sport judo.
Okay, good.
So,
Yeah, спасибо.
Thank you.
Хорошо.
Is France. We will talk about France today. France is a country situated in Europe. The language in France is French. It's a very beautiful language, I think. This alphabet is a little bit similar to English, but also has its specific sounds. The president of French is Emmanuel Macron.
The location. Most of France is located in Western Europe. Its mainland borders Belgium, Luxembourg, and Germany in the northeast, Switzerland in the east, Monaco and Italy in the southwest, Spain and Andorra in the southwest. In the north, there is maritime border with Great Britain. France is washed by the Bay of Biscay, the English Channel, the Atlantic Ocean, and the Mediterranean Sea.
So France, about the economy of France. France is a highly developed country, nuclear and space power. In terms of total economy, the country ranks second in the European Union, after Germany, and it's consistently in the top 10 in the world. In 2019, France is recognized as the sixth economically developed power in the world after the USA, China, Japan, Germany, and India.
Climate and weather is in French is due to favorable location at the same distance from the pole and the equator, due to which the country's climate is generally characterized as temperate. That is, French is not too cold in winter and not too hot in summer. The climate of French is moderately maritime from Switzerland to continental in the east and the becoming subtropical in the Mediterranean.
So, best place to visit in France. There are top 5 places we can recommend for you to visit. First is France and its magnificent Gothic cathedral. You know that architecture in France is really developed and it's very beautiful places. Second is Provence lavender fields. Third, Carcassonne Castle. Fourth, Mont Saint-Michel. And fifth, Alsace. It's a village in France. So, culture and religion of France. About culture, French culture plays an important role in the well-being of the country. After all, if the inhabitants of the state receive spiritual and moral enrichment, the country prospers. The culture of France is very rich and multi-faced. During its long history, this country has given the world a huge number of outstanding writers, artists, musicians, and architects. This country boasts many ancient castles, interesting museums and galleries, as well as grandiose architecture. About religion, about 65% of the population of France are Catholics, and 4% of French population are Muslims, and 3% are Protestants. So there are some foods, typical food in France. First is ratatouille. The dish sees vegetables shallow fried and then layered in a casserole dish before being baked in an oven. You know the cartoon, I think everyone watched this cartoon.
Crust
be one with different fillings. This is very popular breakfast with coffee.
Then duck confit. It's a tasty dish of duck. The meat is specially prepared using ancient preservation and slow cooking process.
Onion soup is a traditional French soup made of onion and beef stock, usually served with croutons and Milton cheese on the top.
And the last one, I think everyone knows these desserts, is the macarons. It's a delicious dessert. Main ingredient is almond flour, and it consists of two parts connected by filling. Good morning.
Germany is a country with several developments in industry and agriculture. And Germany in Berlin.
You want me to put this? No.
Yes.
Yes or no? No.
Language Germany. Germany is Western German language main spoken in Central Europe. It is the most vital spoken and official language in Germany, Austria, Switzerland, and the Italian province of South. It is also a official language of the Luxembourg.
Luxembourg is another country, yes, but they speak German.
And Belgium, as well as a national language in Namibia. German is most two other languages within the West German language branch, including Afrikaans, Dutch, English, the French language, Low German, Luxembourg, Scots. It also contains some classes from national foods Germany. Bratwurst, Currywurst, Spain, President Germany. Frank Walter Steiner. He was born on the 50th of January 1956.
Okay. Germany. Germany is a country in Central Europe that starts from the Alps across the North Europe, European plain to the North Sea and the Baltic Sea. It's the second most populous country in Europe after Russia, and is seventh largest country by area in the continent. The territory of Germany covers 357 kilometers
Square kilometers.
Consisting of 349,000 yes, 223 square kilometers of Germany has a lot of soft power due to a balance of foreign policy, and its will to fight for Germany influences throughout the economic power and diplomacy. These are much better tools. Countries such as Canada and Australia are wisely not world leader country. This used to rise the loyal edict of the British. And religion in Germany, Christians in Germany is the most widespread religion in the country, according to the Pew Research Center. In 2010, then 98 million Christians in Germany.
So, what they eat in Germany?
Eat
Food.
Можно сказать?
Yes. Okay, so why Germany is a world power country?
Because it's Germany economic.
You said it's big.
It's
yes.
big.
After Russia, it's the second bigger in
Yes,
Europe.
it's big, and your Germany economic is very
High and level.
Its western border is formed by the Yellow Sea, while its eastern border is defined by the Sea of Japan. Last. And now we'll talk about food. Typical foods of South Korea is hot dog, bulgogi, samgyeopsal, japchae, kimchi, tteokbokki, sundubu jjigae, and bibimbap. And last, the place you can visit in the South Korea is Seoul, Jeju, and Jeonju. The majority of the South Korean tourist industry is supported by the domestic tourism, thanks to the country's extensive network of trains and bus. Most of the country lies within a day's round trip of any major city. International tourists come primarily from nearby countries in Asia, Japan, China, Hong Kong, and Taiwan. Together account for roughly 75% of the total number of international tourists. In addition, the Korean wave has brought increasing numbers of tourists from Southeast Asia, and India. The Korea Tourism Organization is targeting
100,000
airboats from India in 2030. And about
I would like to tell you about religion in South Korea. Religion in South Korea is diverse. Most of people in Korea don't have religion. 56% people in religion, 19% Protestantism, 15% Korean Buddhism, and 9% Catholicism, and other religion.
about the culture of South Korea.
The contemporary culture of South Korea developed from the traditional food culture of Korea, which was prevalent in the early Korean nomadic tribes. By mixing sounds of years of ancient Korean culture with influence from ancient Chinese culture, South Korea split its own part of culture developed away from North Korean culture, signs of division of Korea.
of the total population. Economy. The United States is a developed country with a market economy and has the world's largest national GDP and net wealth. It has the second largest population poverty parity behind China. The United States has the most technologically powerful and innovative economy in the world.
Okay, good.
Being a huge country, the contiguous United States is home to a wide variety of climates. However, in general, it has a continental climate with cold winters and hot summers. The real climate in the United States of America is temperature with notable exceptions.
Okay.
Experience it to be fully appreciated. For first time visitors walking the streets can be like walking through a moonset with camel seats at every turn. Second is San Francisco. This charming and picturesque West Coast city is a perfect getaway destination for couples, singles, and families. Famous cities, charming streets, beautiful views, and outdoor dining are all part of what makes San Francisco such a great place to visit. Third is Las Vegas. Lights in the desert holds a unique appeal and one that has been attracting visitors for decades. Fourth is Washington. Washington is the U.S. capital and home to some of the most famous cities and national treasure treasures in America. From the White House and the Capitol building to the Smithsonian Museum, the city should be on everyone's itinerary of the East Coast. Fifth is Chicago, set on the shores of Lake Michigan. Chicago is a great summer destination with parks and beautiful waterfront, but its arts and cultural attractions as well as fantasy shopping make it a popular year-round destination. The president of USA is Joe Biden.
Климат уже, да? Все?
These Asia with diverse landscapes and topography. Here you can find fields, deserts, mountains, lakes, rivers, and coasts with a length of more than a country. Beijing is famous for its modern architecture and ancient monuments, including the people complex of the Forbidden City and Tiananmen Square. The east is the world national center of Shanghai, whose theater is shaped by countless skyscrapers. The Great Wall of China runs along northern China, crossing it from east to west.
Okay.
Frequently, the houses It has eyes of 6 minutes. Entry is walked after Russian and Canada is approx motorway. 1 million people to China is walk. Most
Okay. How much people do you say?
1 billion.
1 billion?
Yes.
Okay, good.
The launch of China, there are several hundred launches in China. The predominant launch is standard. Chinese is Putanhua.
Yes. It's language of China. Putanhua.
Okay, good.
The traditional dish is called chow mein. with noodles, Peking roast duck, kung pao chicken, sweet and sour pork, hot pot, dim sum, dumplings, tofu, charasi, chow mein.
Okay.
Best place for visit. Peking, China. Gongsun, Zhejiang, Shaoyi, Shenzhen, Hangzhou.
Okay.
Its religion of China is Taoism and Buddhism. The presidents of 1910 to the 1960 is Chan Xizong. 1923 of 2020 is Li Denghui, and 1950 is Chen Shunbai. It now of President China is Xi Jinping.
Of Korean Peninsula. Country is known with Korean K-dramas, food, culture, and national dishes. Korea divided into two groups, South Korea and North Korea. We will talk about South Korea. Official language of South Korea is Korean and Sing Korean. Typical food in South Korea. It is kimchi. Kimchi eats people every day, Koreans, and impossible. They can't imagine their life without kimchi. Every winter they do kimchi in March.
Quantity.
Quantity. In a lot of quantity. And what is kimchi? What is it?
It is
Kapusta.
cabbage. Cabbage.
Like salad? Like salad?
Yes,
Lo
yes.
dejan fermentar.
Very, как будет острый?
Ostron. Spice.
Spicy.
So you make kimchi and you wait and you eat after a lot of
Yes.
months. Yes. This is kimchi? Ah, but you have this here.
Yes.
Okay. I've tried this before.
This bibimbap is also highly
Hugely.
popular in the country. This dish consists a lot of vegetables. This Hanjasik was served to the emperor. This dish gave the imperator.
Okay.
The first imperator of Korea was Sejong. The best places to visit Korea. First is Gyeongchon Castle. It's a castle where lived Imperator Sejong. This castle was built in 1395 here. Later, Japanese. This castle was destroyed by the Japanese in the mid of 16th century.
Okay.
This Seoul Tower or Namsan Tower. High of this tower is 266 meters. This tower provides television and radio broadcasting in Seoul. The tower is broadcasting signals for Korean media as SBS, TVN, MBS, and BBC.
Okay, great.
It's from Hanok village. A village in Seoul with long history and located on the top of the hill with 16 years history. street, we sell we sell Korean street food. Да, уличная еда, and Myeongchon street has a lot of boutiques with souvenirs, other nationalities.
What is the money of
One. It's a lot of world, entertainment, cultural, and it's a park where it's park divided in indoor and outdoor. In the park, you can ride rides and taste dishes other nationalities. It's Cheongnokcheon. It's a stream long in 20 and 5 years. It's Cheongnokcheon was after renovation, reopening cost $280 million. The main religions in South Korea are traditional Buddhism and relatively recently introduced Christianity. Economy in South Korea. South Korea has a temporary climate with a memories of the season. Precipitation in summers and in winter due to the presence of Far East Asian monsoon. In Korea also known with Korean cleaning for the skin.
Products.
They very popular in Korea, and Korean actors and Korean girls looks like very young. For example, when a woman is 45, she looks 95.
95?
No, 20.
Okay. Okay, good.
I think that in South Korea the production of machinery and electronics is well developed. The first president of South Korea was Lee Man, and this president in this time is Moon Jae-in. He was assigned in 10th May 2019.
77.
And he will leave his post in 5 years.
Every 5 years they change the president. Russia, okay.
Name of the country. Russia is in Europe and Asia. Delegation. The national and main language is Russian language. Topical food is Russian pancakes, Porridge, dumplings, and borscht.
What is borscht?
Borscht is red soup. Red soup with cabbage. Okay.
Best place. There are many good and beautiful places to visit in Russia. Are the Lake Baikal, Altai, Sochi, Kamchatka, Vladivostok, and Moscow. Religion. The main religion respected in Russia are Christian as well as Islam, Buddhism, and
Judaism.
Economy. Russian economy ranks 11th the world and 5th in Europe. But at the moment, Russian economy fluctuates very much.
Weather in Russia, the summers are comfortable and cloudy, and the winters are long, freezing. Чего смеетесь? Снова windy and overcast. Vladimir Putin, this person in president of the Russian. This president is very good and kind person. The first president of Russian was Boris Yeltsin from 1881 to 1889. So, and the end.
Uniform.
No uniform there. Okay, so you will present Kyrgyzstan, yes?
Yes.
So first question, where is Kyrgyzstan? Where is it?
Asia.
So Kyrgyzstan is
Asia.
okay. What country do you have nearby? What country do you have nearby?
Uzbekistan, Kazakhstan, Tajikistan, China, Russian,
and China.
No,
Russian,
Kazakhstan, the next.
Okay, what is the language? Official language of Kyrgyzstan?
Kyrgyz,
and Ani.
Португальский.
and Russian.
Russia and
Kyrgyz.
Язык
какой?
Kyrgyz language.
Okay, what is the typical food? You.
Национальное блюдо.
Бешбармак, what is it?
Five fingers.
Да, но что есть? Лапша, нудли with баранина.
Баранина,
Бешбармак, еще что? What else?
Чучук. Чучук.
Плов.
Чучук.
Чучук, это
Yes,
что?
It's
Horse meat. Кишки молока висят.
Sausage.
bozo,
Yes, yes.
And bozo, what is bozo?
кисло-сладкий,
На английском.
sweet and
sour.
sweet.
Sweet and sour что?
Drink.
From what? From what?
Из чего делается бозо?
Бозо?
Milk. Milk. Milk, курус,
Это джарма. Джарма из этот.
Milk,
Бозо басқа замат.
They mix it together. Okay, все. Best place to visit. Best
Где можно
place to
посетить?
visit. In Kyrgyzstan. Пожалуйста, я хочу слушать английский.
Бурана.
Исикуль, okay. Царичелек.
And where is Burana?
Бурана.
Да, я знаю. Burana Tower. Burana Tower. So where is Burana?
Where is it?
Где?
Где? Burana is in Batken?
Yes.
Не, он же узкий.
Burana is in is no. In Togmok. Is in Togmok. In Togmok.
Yes. Там где
Okay.
самолет. Где самолет такой есть.
It's in Togmok, yeah?
И Burana is in where?
Togmok. Togmok is 1 hour from Bishkek.
Yes. In Togmok, короче, чудо.
Chui region.
Okay. Culture and religion. What is the religion?
Islam.
Okay.
Демократия.
Это не религия.
Каждая религия может.
Christian.
Christian and
Buddhism.
Buddhism. Yes.
Many Korean people see the religion in
many religions we have.
Okay.
free religion in constitution in Kyrgyzstan.
Free, да?
Yes.
Okay. And do you know how much Muslim Islam do you have here in percentage? How much?
many
Look up.
percent?
How many percent?
Big Islam.
Look at
17%.
Я думаю,
87%.
Okay.